There we go. I bet they hear me now.
I don't know how to do this.
Y'all hear me now? Y'all in New York City, you're trying to get a think tank going? Follow me.
We hear you.
You hear me?
Yep, you good, says H.
What up, y'all?
We
got YouTube right here. I got IG Live right here. Got the Yanadameen fucking ocean of people right here.
Alright. Hi, everybody. Alright. I'm trying to get my shit together over here.
Why sometimes it says like this one is going live with on IG? You ever see that? Video calls.
So you can call in, have people call in.
I'm just gonna set my little phone.
You sure that's what it? Because it seems like somebody will start out their video
By themselves and then somebody.
No,
Hey,
it seems like it says such and such is going live with, as if they got somebody else with them on as they start up the live. Because that would be ill if I could start up with Digga.
Like, yeah, sideways because I can't hold the phone.
One of y'all will have to request.
Oh, wait, hang on. Go live.
So,
Yeah, both of y'all will.
I'm just going to leave it running. Y'all just going to watch me the whole time. While I talk my shit.
Yeah.
While I debunk whatever the hell Lord Jamar has to say. Say hi to Jamar, everybody.
You ain't debunking shit. What up, y'all? Peace.
Got fact checker Ray.
Don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Sound engineer Alex over there. We got Harold on the 1 and 2 camp. 1 and 2's the cameras. I'm sorry, 1 and 2.
She's still in Colombia.
Okay. I have one job.
I got one job, right? Just hold the fucking phone.
All right, I gotta. Before we're gonna do the math. Then before we get into all this shit, I just gotta address a little bit about why we're not doing the debate and certain things out of that. But then we're gonna move on. So y'all talking about the white dude getting killed? What white? Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
People can't wait.
Oh, we talking about that. Get ready.
Yeah.
Bible thumper think he could bring Jesus to the black man that don't want it. Get your ass.
We got some info too.
That's not funny, y'all.
That's the sound of the African.
Look, yes it is.
It's poetic justice.
I came to spread the word of Jesus.
Jesus Christ is Lord.
Arrows for Jesus.
Jesus Christ is.
Oh, shit.
Stop it! Stop it!
But think if all indigenous people did that, we wouldn't be in this position now.
They said he was so brave, he kept walking despite getting hit with the arrow. Like, what?
I want to see the video footage of that shit so bad.
Oh, there is no video footage.
What if we had a body cam? Well, we wouldn't be able to get. They can't get the body back.
Only the accounts of the fucking fisherman that brought his dumb ass out there.
I want to make a T-shirt of the dude aiming the arrow at the helicopter. That would be a lovely T-shirt.
See, bro, you're going to have to pay us in advance because they're going to kill your ass when you get there. So, I don't want to hear all the, I'll pay you when I get back. No. Pay me now.
That's funny. That might have happened, man, because the people that took him know it was going to happen.
I go, what's the problem? I'll pay you when I get back. Oh, no, you won't. I'm going to take my fucking, my rubles, whatever the fuck that shit. I'm going to take my shit now.
His watch. Let me get that watch.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hang on. So, the math class. What do we do?
Yeah, heathens.
What is thine math? Today's the 28th. So the 3rd, which is Hanukkah. This is going to come out on Hanukkah, the first day.
Hanukkah. Hanukkah. Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah. On the 3rd. Today is Monday, December 3rd. It's also Hanukkah for my Jewish brothers and sisters out there.
That shit is a query.
Hanukkah.
What you say? Hanukkah?
Yeah. For my Jewish brothers didn't hear what I said. Hanukkah. But anyway, it says so the 3rd, the 5th, and the 7th. Nice. And then the 9th. Okay. So none of these, when it's single, you just say, God, there is no all being. When it gets to born, though, I know you're going to be tempted to say all being born to born, you see? But it's just born. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
One, two.
Peace. Today is Monday, December 3rd. For my Jewish brothers, it's the first day of Hanukkah. And that makes today's math.
Understanding.
Understanding is the best part, for it's the crystal clear picture that is drawn up in the mind from knowledge and wisdom.
Sorry. My bad. I don't know what that was. Let's try that one more time.
Peace.
Oh, the headphones. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to put my headphones on these days.
Peace. Today is Monday, December 3rd, which is the first day for my Jewish brothers and sisters of Hanukkah. What up? Making today's math.
Understanding.
Understanding is the best part, for it is the crystal clear picture drawn up in the mind through knowledge and wisdom. Peace to the gods and earths. Peace. Today is Wednesday, December 5th, making today's math.
Power.
Power refinement.
Power.
Peace. Today is Wednesday, December 5th, making today's math.
Power refinement.
That's right. Power is the truth. The truth is the light. Refinement is to cleanse mentally as well as physically. Peace to the nation of gods and earths. Peace. Today is Friday, December 7th, making today's math.
God.
Yes, God is that supreme being. God is you. Peace. Peace. Today is Sunday, November 9th. Peace. Today is Sunday, December 9th, making today's math.
Born.
Born is to bring into existence. Born is to be complete. Born is that number 9. Peace. All right. All right, peace. Welcome back to the Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got Fact Checker Rage in the house.
Present.
Sound man Alex in the house. We got my man, director, editor extraordinaire Harold in the house.
Let's go.
And we back. And once again, we shook up the world. I done shook up the world. I done shook up the whole Muslim Islamic nation of gods and earth's world. That's right. We did it. We had a great last two episodes. First with Paul Guthrie, and then with the Dr. Wesley Muhammad. Let's clap it up for those 2 episodes. We strive to bring about a debate here on the Godcast between those 2 brothers, and you know, each one will basically blame the other one for it not happening. But it didn't happen. So all I could say is, hey, go out, do the research for yourself, because it's all about doing the research for yourself. I encourage you to go check out Paul Guthrie's Get Aboard the Wheel series. I also encourage you to go out, check out any new videos that Wesley Muhammad puts out. I know he wrote a book called Faking Jacks, disproving Paul Guthrie. Well, that was the name of it, something to that effect about disproving Paul Guthrie. Go check that out. Analyze all the information for yourself, and you decide. One thing I did want to say, while we were talking with True Islam, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, he mentioned the 5% Nation of Islam. Now, I just want to clarify that I am not part of the 5% Nation of Islam. I'm part of the Nation of Gods and Earths, also known as Allah's 5%. But we are not the 5% Nation of Islam. For some people, that might have been misleading for them and confusing for certain people. But we are not in any shape, form, like an offshoot or some sort of subdivision of the Nation of Islam. We are not the 5% Nation of Islam. And I noticed the brother had said that a couple of times during the broadcast, and I just wanted to make that clear that we in the 5% Nation don't consider ourselves Muslims of any sort. We are not Muslim gods. We are God. You know what I mean? The black man is God. And
that's a good clarification to me.
Yeah, we are not Muslims, and this is not the 5% Nation of Islam. And from what I understand, he had a discussion with my brother Saladin, peace to Saladin, and he replied and said he actually never was a member of the Nation of Gods and Earths. He was always a member of the 5% Nation of Islam. So I think that needs to be clarified, because that is not the same thing that you may have, it's the same thing that I deal with and many other people that you would deem 5%ers. It's not the same thing. I'm not even exactly sure what 5% Nation of Islam truly is, because I know there's the Nation of Islam, and then there's the 5%ers, the Nation of Gods and Earths. But I don't know what the 5% Nation of Islam. But I'm sure I'll be educated at some point in the future. But I'm just here to educate and clarify to y'all. But we're going to move on. The debate's not happening. But guess what? So much shit has happened out here in the world.
Right on. I was going to say, in regards to those two, I think that's going to be one of those situations where like, they'll just have to agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
They're never going to be on the same page as far as...
Well, I don't think they're ever going to be able to sit down in the same room at the same time and really have a productive discourse.
About it, right.
Yeah, or debate, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Because I know the biggest thing with both of them was, in order it wouldn't be a discussion. In order for it to be a debate, it has to be a winner or a loser, and I don't think either side is backing down.
Right. Well, listen, I don't want to keep dwelling on this. Yeah, I don't want to keep dwelling on this. I strive to give
very
my
informative.
Yeah.
If you have not seen our last 2 weeks episodes, I definitely
both the brothers know how I feel about this, and I have major respect for both of them. That's all I can say. And y'all gonna have to decide for yourself what information resonates with you. But anyway, so away from so much heaviness, and let's get into some of this hip hop ratchet bullshit that that we are sometimes known for. But now let's just get into
stuff.
Just stuff. Let's just talk about stuff. So let's see, what's some of the things that have gone on while we've been doing some of these shows or some of the things we might want to talk about.
Let's see.
Digga.
There is the enigma that is Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, shit. Are we going to just start straight with that?
Might as well.
Just go straight to him.
Yeah.
All right.
Might as well.
Well, Tekashi 6ix9ine. So apparently him and Shotty and a few other people got locked up on some federal racketeering.
A host of charges.
A host of charges, including racketeering and, all kinds of fuckery.
Some of those charges carrying a minimum sentence of 25 years.
Whew.
So,
well,
yeah, there's a lot going on.
I hate to be the kind of motherfucker that says I told you so. But I think if you go to one of my Vlad interviews, we probably could go to some of these old Godcast or whenever we talk about Tekashi. And I'm not the only one, but I was one of many who said, listen, young man, you keep...
Slow down.
Yeah, slow down.
How about any time his name was brought up by anybody?
I said, bro, you gonna get what you asked for. Like, you want smoke? You gonna get smoke. But little did you know that it might come from within. You thought you was protected by all these gangsters, but little did you know you was food in their eyes the whole time. See, y'all don't understand, the griminess, especially of a nigga from Brooklyn.
Should I be taking offense?
It's only one thing.
No. Let's
only one thing grimier than a nigga from Brooklyn.
What's that?
A nigga from Newark.
Well. let me just say, coming up.
I challenge Brooklyn's grimy.
I'll
raise Brooklyn their grimy to my percent.
Coming up back in the days, Brooklyn niggas was known for doing shit like that. They was known for maybe robbing their own brother, their own cousin, setting the nigga up. How do you do that to your own family? That's where we was damn, Brooklyn niggas is those motherfuckers don't give a fuck. And trust me, I used to run with some grimy niggas. But when I fucking, got exposed to that Brooklyn shit, and I'm talking, this is back in, Latin Quarter days, Union Square and all that type of shit, and chain snatching days and all that, and find out that this nigga might have snatched his cousin's chain.
Yo, I'm gonna get your chain back for you. You gonna pay me?
And then help you look for it. You see that old Mona Lisa fucking Lil Wayne type of shit.
How about the motherfucker that take your shit and sell it back to you?
So all I'm saying is the griminess of yeah, we're gonna have this nigga around us, make him feel like he's with us, and you know what I mean? Make him feel protected, and we're gonna be robbing this nigga blind behind his fucking, you know what I mean? And the first time he fucking do anything that we feel, that we deem, that we don't like, what they say? We're gonna violate him. What was the term they used? Something about
violate jokes.
No, they said we're gonna highly violate them. Super violate. Ooh. Super violate.
You know what I knew to stick.
Hold up, but did you know what super violate? That almost sounds like they was gonna rape.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. To get super violated, niggas that get super violated get violated in the rectum. Let's keep it fucking real.
Ultimate violation.
Okay? So now they was gonna violate him financially, fucking mentally, physically. So now here's the thing. How does he get out of this? Just, is he gonna fuck around? Since he knows they was gonna super violate him, is he gonna fuck around and snitch on these niggas? And,
first there was
and if he does that,
first there was that PSA on the Breakfast Club, I cut all these folks loose, I fired everybody. Loaded. on my team, and
Unbelievable.
that was a very
It
telling
was
interview.
desperate, indeed. So,
Mm.
And then the next day,
but yeah, G, I just wanted to touch real quick. When I knew that stigma for Brooklyn was real, I used to work with Larry Davis right before he died.
Whoa.
Rest in peace. Yeah. The first time I went to visit him in prison, his cousin brought me up there. Larry was like, "Yo, you trust this nigga? He from Brooklyn."
Okay.
I said, "Wait a minute, y'all take this shit serious?" Like it took me like months to be like, "Yo, Larry, I'm good." He had an issue with me because I was from Brooklyn, so that's fine.
Yo, it's real shit. Like, I mean, not that it can't happen other places,
Yeah,
but I'm
Brooklyn
just
is
saying,
known
like,
as grimy.
Brooklyn
Especially
was
the Latin
known
Quarter
for
days.
going, that
Oh,
extra
God.
mile on some gangster shit. Whereas, other niggas might not have crossed that line in certain boroughs. Like, nah, I'm not gonna rob my own brother. Like, you know what I mean? Nigga from, nope. If he got it and I can't get it, I'm gonna get his ass.
The only time I've ever been held up at gunpoint is in Newark.
So all I'm saying is,
y'all give it up.
so all I'm saying is, if a nigga would rob his own brother, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
well,
Why wouldn't rob you?
there's a couple of things that he does have going for him. A lot of the charges, a lot of the things that these charges stem from, took place before his involvement. So he's been part of this Treyway, or he's been screaming Treyway, been part of this organization since 2017. A lot of these charges are stemming back to 2013.
Yeah, but then a lot of the charges are from right where he was sitting in the car while shit was going on.
Right.
So he
right.
can't.
Well,
What about that?
No. But
I know what you're saying.
Right. But I think what's happening now is, one situation he definitely got himself jammed up in, and I believe that was that
some shooting.
Yeah, there was the shooting involving Chief Keef, and he's actually on, I don't know,
on tape or something.
Yeah, he's on a video like, I got a 30-pack right.
Oh yeah, well that's another whole. Well, first of all, who was filming that?
I don't know.
Who's filming this shit?
I don't know. I don't think it was one of his people. I don't know if it was.
It had to be.
It was either one of his, but I think it was like a blog, like a TMZ or something.
Now, TMZ the one that put it out, but who the fuck is the one right on him while he talking all this shit? And you see, and what's so funny is in that video, he's rocking another nigga to sleep as he's getting rocked to sleep by these niggas. So he's talking, yo, where you at? You a Sosa? Oh yeah, where you at? Soon as he hung up the phone, yeah, I got a 30-pack on that nigga. And like as if he's some fucking wolf that is so grimy that, yeah, 1 minute I'm talking to the nigga, the next minute I'm ready to fucking put money on his head for a murder. But yet you got those same type of niggas around you ready to do that to you, my nigga. And you have no idea. You have no idea. And now what's he going to say when he get in? Oh, I'm just a kid with rainbow hair. That's what he says a lot of times when he wants sympathy. Why are you picking on me? I'm just a kid with rainbow hair. So now
everybody that he's got locked up with is like 36, 37, 38.
Because they manipulating a young little nigga. Yes. Like, come on, are you kidding me?
That's an attribute of that lifestyle.
Like there's nobody else in their 20s. Like all of the other three defendants are like 30.
Well, I think the ones in their 20s are the little ones that they got running around. But the main ones,
he got arrested with.
Yeah, because they the main. Yeah,
is his 22-year-old ass, and then a bunch of late 30s.
Right. I mean, I just let you know something right there. But I could see him being like, "Yo, Judge, I'm just a kid with rainbow hair. Like they made me do this. Like, that's what might happen."
You know what troubles me about that whole thing is that when you look over the records from like the police and the investigators, you'd be surprised how many of them dudes was informants. You know what I mean? And on top of that, if you saying this thing's going back to 2013 and all that, when do the feds decide to jump in? You know what I'm saying? They're allowing a lot of stuff to go on. And they're selectively choosing times to be like, let's get them now. That means there's a whole police apparatus in this industry thing. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is suspect. You know me.
Well, are we going to do this whole thing on Tekashi, or are we going to fucking move on?
We can move on.
Well, you know what? Before we move on a somber note, let's say rest in peace to Kim Porter. Have a little moment of silence for Kim Porter. Peace, Queen. Now, I just want to say, first of all, condolences to, her whole family, to her children. What she have? Four
Yeah.
Four
Three
children.
with Puffy and her
Right.
sister.
Quincy with Al. I want to say, give my condolences to Al, Puff. I never met her. I never met her personally. I only saw her out one time, I believe, back in the days at some party in Manhattan. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, this girl is like, she's strikingly beautiful. Like, she's very, very pretty. Like, this is what this platinum shit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's what this gets you. But I do know people that knew her. And everybody that knew her, that I speak to, has nothing but like positive things to say about her. That she was just such a really good person, and it's like I can feel it. Like I could feel the energy of when she passed. The kind of love that just was going through the air. Like it was more than this is just Puffy's baby mama or whatever. It was something about this woman and her spirit and her energy that I think touched a lot of people. And
no, that was an iconic
even people, that's what I'm saying, and
there.
people that she might have not even physically met were still felt her presence. You see what I'm saying? And I definitely was one of those, and it was very shocking to hear when I first heard about it. Yeah, what's your take on this?
You know what's so crazy? Because I always felt like at the end of the day, Puffy has to marry this woman. It's unfortunate that didn't happen.
I mean, for some people, marriage is a thing in the mind. It's not always a thing on paper. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that doesn't really make you married. That just kind of helps y'all with taxes and
it's
health insurance and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Construct.
That is a social construct.
But I just wanted that black love. I wanted to see that story.
But I believe that black love was experienced by them.
Absolutely.
I saw video, and it seems like the times And listen, she held him down.
Right.
If we keep it real, I believe she was with him before he got with J-Lo.
From the beginning.
Right. Well, not the beginning, because Misa, I remember back in the days, right. Misa is Justin's mother.
Right. But was she there before Misa or no?
No, well, I remember Misa from back in Mount Vernon.
I know Misa. Shouts out to Misa, too.
What I'm saying is I grew up in New Rochelle and Mount Vernon. Really so what I'm saying is I grew up around I remember them from high school parties. So like Heavy D, right. Groovy Lou, Puffy, Misa. That was all some Mount Vernon high school, and they was all around each other at that time. So like Puffy was messing with Misa from back then. Like you understand what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure Misa was first, and yes, and then Kim was with Al first, correct?
Right.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure that Misa was first, but yeah. So he was with her, then he was with J-Lo, then he got back with her.
Right.
Twin.
They definitely got time.
3 seeds.
3 children together.
Wow, that's
a
bond.
And I'm getting so disgusted by all of this like this internet talk of sacrifice, and I'm like, come on, guys, like, come on, there's a time and a place for everything. If you think that, fine, like. Them kids don't need to read that bullshit right now. Just save that bullshit, all right? Just the fuck.
I mean, it's a shame. We live in a time where, your mind automatically goes to negative shit sometimes. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And people will just automatically take any situation and just kind of try to find the darkest,
Right.
most devious part
Like,
of it.
Whatever your beliefs are about Puffy being in an Illuminati, you know what's bigger than that? 3 of his children are motherless right now. So at the end of the day, like, have some respect, some decency.
And I'm sure she was like a mother to even ones that she wasn't biological to. You understand what I'm saying?
They were a tight-knit
They were all
family.
they were a tight-knit family, and it might not be in the traditional way, but shit, she never flipped on him or no. You know what I mean? You never heard her talking shit about him or
Won't
nothing
black
like
woman
that.
do it? Won't we do it? Won't we hold y'all motherfuckers down?
Well, listen, so yeah, I just wanted to say rest in peace to her. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, let's talk about white privilege going wrong. You know what I mean, Godcast? Oh, yeah! Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Woo-wee.
What's up?
What's this nigga's name? What was
We
his
got
name?
some outsiders in the house.
The one that got killed. The white man.
Oh, what
The one that
up?
got
We got
killed.
Kevy Kev in the house.
His
We got
name is
Pace One in
John
the
Allen
house.
Cho.
John
We got,
Allen Cho.
Hey, we got. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce the name.
You ready?
Del Kadesh in the house.
You ready, Dick? You coming right back in.
Okay, I gotta get back on the camera. Alright, I'm sorry if I can't pay attention to y'all while I'm talking. Hey, what up, Dior? They in the car, hot boxing. They want to shout me out.
Oh, what's up? All my hot boxer.
All the hot boxes in the house.
What's the hot box?
In the car,
Like
smoking
steaming.
weed with the windows. Like,
Yeah.
You
Keep
just
the windows up and
getting high
hot
from
boxing.
the first hand and the second hand
Right.
smoke.
And the carbon monoxide that's being
Right. Oh,
blown into the thing. All right, you ready? All right, peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen, Godcast with Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got fact checker Rage, sound man Alex, and we got director, editor extraordinaire Harold St. Louis.
All right.
Okay, so before we left, we said we were going to talk about when white privilege goes wrong. So, out in an island off the coast of India called the Sentinel Islands, some thrill-seeking missionary-ass motherfucker named John Allen Cho decided he was going to go to a remote island where a tribe of original people who've been there for thousands of years.
Thousands and thousands of years.
Okay. Where it's illegal to go to fuck with these people. He decided, no. I'm going to go there and preach the gospel of Jesus. Jesus in my soul. Because why? Because he knows better. Because he thought in his mind that these people were probably savages, uncivilized, who, whatever spiritual system they might have been dealing with for thousands of years was inadequate, and that he needed to deliver them the favor of Christianity. So what did he do? Well, for one, he broke the goddamn law. Law says you can't even go over there.
Right.
But he bribed some motherfucking fishermen to, first of all, tell him where the shit it is. And they took him, like, pretty close to the motherfucker.
Despite multiple warnings.
Now they said, nigga, are you sure you want to go? Let me just tell you, they will kill you on sight. Yes, I've heard this. But guess what?
He said, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus.
I'm
going.
Thank you.
I'm going.
I'm covered in the blood of Jesus. I'm going. I don't really know hymns. I'm just thinking this is how they kind of would sound. So anyway.
That was, I'm going to tell you what that was. That was, I'm not black, I'm OJ.
So. Well, I'm.
Well, in his case,
I didn't. Well, I'm not. in my case, I'm not gospel. I grew up in the Jehovah's Witness shit, so they got real white sounding songs, and I totally like I forget those songs. Yes, they sound like that. Oh, Jehovah's coming down the road, like some bullshit like that. That's how you gotta sing it. It wasn't no real, gospel type shit. But anyway, so this nigga said, all right, y'all niggas take me out to the island, because I'm gonna give Christianity to these savage niggas.
I'm gonna civilize these people. That's what
and so these niggas said, okay, well, it's illegal. I can get in trouble for doing this. He says, yes, I'll pay you handsomely. He said, okay, well, I'm gonna need my money up front because
chances are.
What's the problem? I'm good for it. I definitely can pay. No. I'm going to need you to pay me now because your motherfucking ass might not make it out of there. I'm telling you now, them niggas is very swift with the arrows and
poisonous arrows.
Like people tried to come help them after a tsunami. like, are y'all okay? Them niggas, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like they're not playing.
So,
yep.
So this nigga rode out there, and then so them niggas said, listen, we only bringing you like arrow distance up to this. You see what I'm saying? Like if these niggas where an arrow can't reach.
Right.
And we know that the arrows can't reach this far.
Swim the rest of the
right,
way.
No. So from what I understand, he had a canoe.
Mm-hmm.
So the nigga got in a canoe, right?
He was determined.
And he rode his ass, he paddled his ass over there. Now, from what I understand, because the fishermen, they were smart enough to say, let's just watch this nigga and see what the fuck happens. Like, they didn't just drive right off. They waited for him to go. Apparently, soon as he get on the beach, he started singing. Because they don't speak English or nothing, so I guess he thought he was going to speak the universal language of music.
Snake charmer shit.
I wonder what he sung. Think it was Amazing Grace?
Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound of... Hey! Yo! He was singing one of them motherfuckers that got...
Arrows.
Then after they... his ass, I heard they put some vine around his neck and dragged him around the beach by his neck until death.
That's deep.
So if the arrows didn't kill him,
the dragging, asphyxiation.
Now
he got dragged.
Now let's ask ourselves something, people. What the fuck did the white man do to these people that would make them react in this way when they seen one of them coming? Rage, fact checker Rage, would you please go into the history of the Sentinel Islands and share with our people?
Absolutely. Apparently there was a naval commander named Maurice Vidal Portman. And he went
Portman. He liked to port men. But go ahead.
Yeah. So in the 19th century, he went to the island and he began investigating them. But he became more renowned for doing more orgiastic type things with them, and getting freaky, and measuring their genitalia, and making them perform sexual acts. There might have been an abduction or two. But the first thing of note is that a lot of them died because they didn't have the immunity for the disease they carried.
And they still don't have the immunity to this day.
That's why they don't allow outsiders.
Now they also apparently buried this dude's body on the beach. But people can't even really go over there because for the simple fact of what we're talking about with these diseases, where first of all, what happened was back in the days, they kidnapped 4 of them. Okay, they kidnapped an older couple and then 2 younger people. The older ones died almost immediately upon being exposed to certain, fucking European filth and shit. So, and then I think they returned the other two. But with that combined with, you know, the freaky shit that this guy was doing, these motherfuckers said, listen, in order for us to stay in peace and to live in peace and to retain our way of life, we must not have any outsiders. Right. Any outsiders come here, we're going to kill these motherfuckers. On sight.
And he was commissioned by missionaries, by the way.
Missionaries.
So, this
I always thought, you know, why do they call the sexual position the missionary position? But then they talk about, what is that all about? Where the fuck does that come from? Was that the position that the missionaries were raping women in? Was that their preferred position to, like, you know, turn them on their backs and look at them, and then that turned into the missionary position? Like seriously, I'm really wondering.
Me too. I'm definitely curious. And why is that is that the convention? I don't mean to take it on that route, but is that the convention? Like the first kind of like copulation would be missionary, or was we just getting right to the doggy?
I don't know. You think the first position Adam and Eve took up was doggy style?
Right to the doggy.
Well. You know, some people would say if
put your leg up, Eve.
Some people would say
finally she said,
if people were gonna if people were gonna imitate what the animals were doing, then you probably would do it from behind.
You gonna let
you see what I'm saying?
Perversion? Don't.
But I would think that, you know, since we are superior to the animals, and you know, we are the gods with the consciousness, the true highest level of consciousness inside us, you know, that are above animals, you know, that's what enables us to figure out we can do it in many different ways and configurations.
But isn't sex ugly? I mean, can you have sex in it?
Speak for yourself, buddy. Speak for yourself.
I look good.
Yeah, my shit beautiful. My sex bad. My sex good. My sex look like your sex wish it could.
What Method Man said, look good but fuck ugly.
Oh shit.
Anyway.
So yeah, basically, so what we had is a true to life case of white privilege going wrong. Because it's only a white man that believes that he can just run up in somebody's house that they don't belong in.
But listen, he wasn't white though, just for clarity. He wasn't.
Well, I think he was half white or
well, listen, I mean, look, as far as I'm concerned, when you adopt that
John Allen, he was a little Asian. He was
default
Asian
white because he was a Christian. When you're Christian, you're adopting a white ideology. As far as I'm concerned,
right. So he looked white, but yes, he was Asian, but he wasn't like he wasn't. White. He spoke English. He wasn't over there speaking Japanese or any sort of Asian.
To them, they just saw.
They saw white skin. Right. They would have to really get close. First of all, they didn't get close enough to see those little slanted eyes.
Right.
They was upon seeing that fucking white skin and that black ass hair all fucking day.
Well, let me ask you. So Shabba Ranks walking out.
I was just gonna say.
Maybe not. They might have said, "Is that my brother?"
I was just gonna say. Is there any documentation of any black?
First of all, brothers ain't just going
over
there exploring like that, fucking with people.
Y'all don't want people over there?
Fine, I don't want to go over there.
Right.
But I believe if they would have saw Shabba Ranks, they would say, "Is that cousin Ubuntu right there?" Because they're very dark skinned. These people are very dark skinned, so they was hold. The only way they would have known, though, is because Shabba would have showed up with all the gold chains on and shit like that.
They would have had
questions. See, right. And so maybe in those terms,
I don't think they would have shot.
Because first of all, maybe because you think the white man ain't send like original people over there to try to exactly. So they can't. If you're not in the tribe, we not fucking with you.
Who
like
you with?
They probably would have fucked with you before that until you got these damn traitors that went over there for the white man trying to infiltrate.
Spook sitting by the boat.
Sitting by the damn sitting by the shore.
Right.
Spook who sat by the shore.
Spook who sat by the shore.
Kanye with the red hat.
And plus, you know
what?
Kanye
with the red hat.
Okay? You send Kanye over there with a red hat.
With a mega hat.
Like, you can do it, Kanye. Just go over there. You Kanye West, nigga.
No.
All day on your fucking ass. Oh, shit. What else do we got?
But you know what? I would see them just probably saying no to everybody because of the health.
I think that would be more diplomatic with Shabba. Like, they would have sat down and communicated like, bruh.
Like, brother.
What's up with the
Well,
outfit?
we're not going to arrow you, but you got 5 seconds to get the fuck out
Who
of
you
here.
with?
Like, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And you know what the white people? Are you with the white people? You know what I'm saying?
You're like, look at me.
But, yo,
Look how black. Do I look like I'm with the white people?
Y'all think there's a horny sentinel girl over there somewhere? Like,
Shabba.
I mean, maybe, but see,
she ain't even
the
getting
risk of communicable diseases
Right.
is so high that getting a nut is could be the difference between life and death.
So, Jay, I got a good question for you. So, what do you think? What's the universal language of peace without having to depend on language? Like, what would you have done dead ass if somebody was like, Jay, you're going to the island?
Weed is the universal language of love. Look, that's what he should. He should go off the boat. Right?
So you saying Snoop Dogg would have survived?
Fuck yeah!
You go. You step off the boat and pass him the blunt.
First of all, Snoop so damn skinny, them arrows might have just went right past him and shit. It's a hey.
Look, wait, they came marching up with the arrows like they just stopped for a minute.
It's a hey.
I'm like, wait a minute, is that OG Kush?
He said, "Cool out my nizzle, cool out my nizzle, for shizzle.
God.
Smoke some of this here good grizzle."
Yo.
Well, I challenge any one of our viewers to go roll their ass to the Sentinel Island with some weed and let us know how that goes.
Well, see, I'm just saying they was able to preserve their culture for a long time.
That's true.
By having that attitude. Now, had we been the damn white man when it came to hip hop, we fucking had this shit preserved right now. But anyway, moving on. Digga?
Well, y'all let Vanilla Ice in.
I ain't let that nigga in. I ain't let that nigga in. I ain't even let the Beastie Boys in. I ain't let nobody in.
That's interesting. So, who was the
Shout out
first?
to Third Base. I like Sue.
Yeah, who was the first white invader? Like you would say, was the first invader of hip hop that didn't have
Blondie.
good intentions.
Blonde? Well, that didn't,
With the
that
rap
didn't
shit.
have good
Like-
intentions.
Well,
I know that would
Well,
probably
that
be
would-
more on the executive
I was gonna
side,
say that would have
because-
been one of them independent labels like Sleeping Bag
Because hip hop
Or-
is still a feeling. Like I do genuinely believe that.
or
They were
Enjoy, huh?
They were Russian.
I don't know. See, I don't know. I'm just
you
assuming
think
a
they
lot
were
of them.
culture vultures? We got to
It
talk
had
Just
to be.
Ice,
It had to
Mantronics.
be.
They wasn't breaking no bread.
I mean, if they was breaking bread, they was breaking light bread. Trust me, EMD was trying to get out of that shit fast. Like, you know what I mean? 4th and Broadway. Why that didn't last? You know what I mean? Who owned that at the time? Who owned Enjoy? Sugar Hill, that was black, but shit, they was doing they was doing some shady shit. So yeah.
What's your take on Rick Rubin? You know that motherfucker produced It's Yours, man.
I know.
See, I do believe that there are white creatives that didn't come into the situation, attempting to steal the culture. Because music, to me, it is something that kind of brings people together of all races and all nationalities. So I don't necessarily look at people outside of us like your intentions are bad, but
But sometimes they are, though.
Also,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes they are.
Like it's not as innocent.
But I'm not going to make a blanket statement about all of them.
Like a Rick Rubin, yes, he did make It's Yours, and that was dope. But like,
How many of those?
He also made a bunch of like hip hop rock joints too.
He did.
To where it almost seemed like he was trying to steer us down a certain road. And when hip hop didn't end up being that, he was out. That nigga left hip hop and went to fucking produce rock motherfuckers and made his money there. And that's another thing that white people do a lot. They'll fucking come and do this hip hop shit, and when it don't work out for them no more, where they at? Out here, they'll pick up a guitar, and they all did it. Vanilla Ice has done it. Fucking Everlast did it. Fucking Kid Rock, like they all will do it. Eminem's the only one that ain't did it yet because hip hop's still kind of working for him. If someday, if he ever decided to pick up a guitar and start singing, white boys they'd love it. They'd be like, "Oh my God, did you hear Eminem's new stuff?"
I'm not gonna be the one to say Eminem really does this hip hop shit, but we're gonna leave that in the past show.
Kumbaya.
A lot of them really did it. Matter of fact, MC Search didn't pick up a guitar though afterwards. He just picked up some executive, like he became more an executive, behind the scenes type of guy. But he didn't do what a lot of them like.
But remember, he also came under the tutelage of KMD, so even looking at it from the 5% level.
What do you mean tutelage?
Well, I think more
he brought them into the game.
I think more brothers.
No, but I'm saying,
out,
I'm just saying, like,
we did,
yeah.
we did, and we got to take responsibility for that as well. Yes, we as black people sold ourselves out early, and I think we tried to sell ourselves out early in hip hop. There's a lot of instances in early hip hop where we were trying to be like, fuck this hip hop shit. Let's cross over and get that real fucking check right away. To me, that's what fucking like a Planet Rock was, or a lot of these fucking songs. That wasn't some real hip hop shit. That was an attempt to pull the white people in. You know what I mean? With that sound, that electronic club sound.
No, wait, hang on. Do you really think that was the true intent of that?
Yes.
Because
they were going, they said it.
But also keep in mind, like, once we started traveling and seeing, and getting exposed to different cultures, I thought I would, like, me personally, that's something that I would want to do. Like, okay, now I've been this place. Let me attempt to incorporate some of this culture.
Listen, hip hop did that. Don't get me wrong. Like, hip hop would find the funky shit.
Right.
Like there are a lot of those break beats was I know, but a lot of those break beats was also like some rock shit. Like Absolutely. The big beat is Billy Squier. That's a fucking hard rock song. But that part right there is hip hop. That beginning of it is hip hop. What I'm saying is the way that the production of like a Planet Rock and the way they was rhyming on it was not traditional hip hop at the time. It was more like they were trying to make some club music because, like you said, they started traveling and they went from the Bronx and they started going to these parties downtown at the Garage and the Roxy and all this type of shit. And where the white people would be and the punk rockers. And so they were seeing, oh, okay, this is a little, there's elements that I can use here. You see what I'm saying? And so, but they knew that was also bigger than where hip hop was at the time, especially financially. So they was going to try to get with that shit, incorporate that shit into hip hop early, as opposed to going like real hard hip hop sound. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like even another. Let's move forward a little bit as far as I know. Time's up, but we're gonna wrap this up real quick. But like, let's move forward a little bit. The Force MCs, okay. When they got a record deal, the reason why they got a record deal was from doing hip hop. But as soon as they got a record deal, they started singing and called themselves the Force MD.
Absolutely.
Changed up their whole style as if, to me, they sold out. Like they were like, fuck this hip hop shit. They didn't believe hip hop was going to go as far as it did. They thought that R&B and all of that.
But yeah, I got to add on this for the 5%ers too.
Propel them further. Go ahead, real quick before we go.
Yeah, and they were brought out by Supreme Team with WHBI, which were 5%.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Lord K1 was one of the original Force MCs, and I knew the God, and he was a 5%er. And you know what I mean?
And then they work with Malcolm McLaren to make Buffalo gowns. This thing it gets nutty, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Well, in all fairness to the pioneers, it was impossible to make money back then. Like, how do you get a record deal? Like, how do you sell records? Like, you had to start doing
They didn't
things.
foresee this. I agree.
You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like,
They were experimenting.
no matter where their true heart was, they still had contractual obligations to fulfill, and they had families.
And people had dreams. Like, these was just kids from the hood that had dreams. And whatever. It is what it is. We'll be back. Peace.
You know what I mean?
You got some lipstick on your teeth.
No.
So what?
Somebody's phone is on.
Oh, you stupid.
Dude, but look.
Oh, I think it's mine. Itching for a scratch. He said that used to be my jam, though.
Itching for a scratch?
Somebody said that.
I was pissed that they wasn't really scratching in the record, which was suspect. They wasn't cutting.
Oh, I see Peter Guns. Peter Guns, yes sir. We got you. We got you confirmed for 12/12. Peter Guns will be on the Godcast,
Nice.
coming to see us here in the studio.
Because if it wasn't for the Bronx.
Where the super chatters at, man?
Oh,
Wait, did y'all see that? Look, I'm trying to hide from this camera over here. I'm all in my camera.
listen, if all y'all my people on YouTube live right now, if you want to donate to the show, go to the description box and click the link for streamlabs.com/Yanadameen Godcast with Lord. And yeah, let's make it happen. Now that we don't do super chat, we do the Streamlabs
right.
shit. Also, what's this last segment? What are we doing? We did Takashi. Oh, Dwight Howard.
Right?
There is something else.
If we
Oh, the shooting.
Oh, right. No.
Yeah, get that up. Pull that up about the shooting with the. Why did it say my shit ended? My live ended.
What shooting is this?
The second security guard that was shot down.
In Illinois?
No debate. What happened? Yes, no debate. And first of all, don't y'all try to put it just on Paul Guthrie. Both of them, okay, basically messed up the debate. Fuck your mother, Pissy Frank. Yeah, both of them declined to the debate for whatever reason. So, nah, huh? Nah, people on here are acting like Paul Guthrie's the one that backed out from doing the debate this week. But really, it's both of them. They both yeah. They both don't want to do it. Yo, get this Pissy Frank out of here. I don't want to see this thing.
Oh.
Some arrows for Pissy Frank.
Fuck that. Oh, Chinese Puff. What up, Puff? So West. Yeah, but see, that's bullshit. That's kind of bullshit. Because it is a debate. Like, we can't call it what it's not. And if you're not allowed to debate, then what are we doing? what are you doing? Like, that's Paul's position. Like, if you can't debate, then what are we doing? And yes, some people will say it's word games. Listen.
Your favorite word was
Semantics. Exactly. Semantics.
I don't want to get caught up in semantics.
At all.
Debating, yay or nah.
But if you are trying to refute somebody's position, then that is a debate. It's not a discussion. So I don't know. But whatever. So what are we getting into? We said the shit with the security
You're
dude.
talking about the guy Maurice. I'm sorry, no. Jamar Robinson, security guard.
Mm-hmm.
Made to us.
And this happened in Chicago. You got the story in front of you? You want to?
Not video.
Started in the middle.
Yeah, I got it.
So y'all know the facts of the case already?
I don't know.
Not fully. I know that he was subduing somebody, and he had his gun out, maybe, and
I can't get back on. It's just saying my video will be available soon.
Security guard was trying to subdue a suspect in a bar shooting in Robbins early Sunday, and he was shot by a local police officer in response to the call. Robinson is black, and unarmed police officers. Attorney for Robinson claims the two suspects were wearing security footage of the group, which is investigating against the cop statement saying Robinson was clad in plain black clothing with no markings, making him identify him as a security guard. Attorney Cruz.
Actually, a few shootings happened.
you're loving his hat, huh?
There was a doctor. The doctor that was shot by her fiance that she was recently split from in the hospital. That was fun.
Me not know about that one. What happened?
There's a black woman. Her fiance was Spanish.
Mm.
They were supposed to be married in October, but they broke up in September. And he just came and shot up her job. Shot her. Shot her. Oh, there was a shooting in Jersey Gardens Mall. Black Friday. I was in a different country, but yeah.
Why people always wilding out Black Friday? I'm going to work.
I was just actually in Jersey Gardens Mall. How do I get something? Right here. I did
Are we ready to learn?
back.
Yes, I'm ready to learn.
Oh, shit right. All right. It's that shit right
You
there.
got a crippled little fucking.
There we go. Okay, we're back.
Hey, Gypsy Tosh.
We're about to film the.
Yes, I'm ready.
Alright, we're about to film the last segment of the Godcast. So, let me pay attention over here. Y'all just going to tune in. See my trusty sidekicks over here. Okay.
Ah,
Just to the time.
all right. Peace. Welcome back to Yanadameen Godcast. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
We got fact checker Rage in the house.
Yeah.
We got sound man Alex in the place. We got editor, director Harold in the place to be.
That's right.
And we back up in this motherfucker.
Word.
Shit. A lot been going on.
Yeah.
Where we at now?
Um,
Whoa. Before we continue, that's what I wanted to say. Before we continue, if you'd like to donate to the show, go to cash.me/$Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, or Yanadameen.com/support. We appreciate you. We are independently funded, and every dollar helps. Thank you to all our supporters who continue to support us. We love y'all. Salute. Okay. So where are we? What we chat about?
As per the American usual, we lost some brothers.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. We lost some brothers in a very racist way.
Mm-hmm.
So there was two of them, first of all, that are very similar to each other. Did we report on the other one?
I think
A couple of weeks ago.
We discussed the first one.
So there was he was a security guard.
He was a bouncer at a club.
Okay.
And he basically was doing his job. He was handling the situation. There was some unknown patrons. He managed to subdue the perpetrator and keep him detained until the cops arrived. He had a pistol aimed at the person. He had the
which he was licensed to carry and all
right.
that. Mm-hmm.
And when the police and please get his name because I don't know.
Get the other guy's name.
I think Jamal his name.
Jamel Robertson.
Okay. Right. And then
no, we're talking about the first incident, not the second one.
Oh, so I might be mixing the name up.
Yeah.
Well, in the case of the the first brother, when the cops arrived, they shot on site. No questions asked. People are actually, trying to alert the officers.
Like, no, he's the, that's the wrong guy.
Like, he just saved us, and here y'all go.
Right.
So, that was the first incident,
and then you hear about this next incident, which sounded so similar that I almost thought they were talking about the same incident.
Right.
Yep.
Well, you're going to find it in a minute, but now we're going to go to fast forward to Chicago, and now we're talking about Jamel Robertson, who was a security guard. I think this is a guy who came up saying he always wanted to be a police officer, and anybody that knows him knew that Jamel wanted to be a police. Somehow Jamel was licensed to carry and all this type of stuff. And what happened exactly?
Yes, he was working at a bar called the Blue Lounge. Apparently he had calmed down an altercation and had his weapon drawn to subdue somebody. And when the police arrived, they were shot. The discrepancy now is they're saying he didn't have any markings that showed him up as a security guard. But they were saying, with his conflicting testimony, people are saying he had his hat on and said security. Some people are saying that the officers came, saw him, and shot. But the officers are saying that they told him to drop the weapon, or like they had yelled some commands. So those are like
Could you find me the other story of the other security guard and tell me his name, please? Then, while you're doing that, there was another story. Now, this didn't have anything to do with security guard, but I saw footage of, I believe this was in Minnesota, and there was a young brother on a roof, and the police was chasing him, and his body cam footage showed that, like, he was telling the kid to get down, and as the kid had his hands out and was going down onto the ground as instructed, he was shot by this police officer. But originally, the police officer had said some shit like, the motherfucker did some shit with his hands or turned around real quick or some crazy fucking shit he said, where now the body cam footage disputed that.
Okay, was this on Thanksgiving night? There's a few security shootings.
Yeah, I think that was Thanksgiving.
Jesus, this is in Alabama?
No, this was in Milwaukee or something like that. This is crazy. So now you're telling me there was something else in Alabama that happened.
Yes. Man killed by police at Alabama Mall. Was a good guy with a gun.
No, this was on the roof. This was on the roof.
Where are we at? Well, we got to find which person was shot.
Well, I know. I'm like, damn, that many?
I just think, damn.
The Alabama
It's
one
been a
happened
busy week
Chicago.
for
I'm
white
serious,
supremacists, huh?
Chicago one happened first. The
Wow.
Alabama one was after that. The mall.
Okay, here it is. Milwaukee police released body cam video of fatal shooting. So there was a 30-year-old Alonzo Smith. Something about they told him to put his hands on the steering wheel. I think he may have ran on him or something like that.
Security guards would not be charged in death of Alonzo Smith. Somebody else might be charged. These are security guards? Two security guards investigating the death of a man who died after being taken into custody at the Southeast D.C. apartment building and not face charges.
Oh,
You said
wow.
Milwaukee, right?
Yeah, wow. See,
They're killing brothers.
Shooting
Unfortunately,
brothers.
I'm not saying unfortunately, so many brothers have been put down in the past week, we can't even figure out the names. And
Wow.
we can't even correlate the
Oh,
name
man.
to the locations right now.
Wow.
That's crazy, man.
Damn.
Wow, wow, wow.
This is going to take time to really parse this out.
But, the thing is, it's like the automatic assumption is when you see a black man with a weapon that he is the enemy. Like, that's the automatic assumption. But the automatic assumption should be when you see a white man with an enemy, with a weapon,
Oh, matter
that
of
he's
fact,
the enemy.
I'll give you one better. Has anyone seen the footage of the 4 Somalian girls in the McDonald's?
No.
Okay, so check this fly shit out. So inside of a McDonald's, and I'm not sure the location, but there's footage that surfaced of some teenagers in a McDonald's, and a white man brandished a gun, pulled out a gun on them. Like, they're all walking towards the door, and he pulled out a gun, and they all get scared, and they run, like, they're running back towards the inside of the store. The man goes outside. The manager, white woman, comes out and starts cursing them out like, get the fuck out of my store. And they're like, no, he's got a gun. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Get out of my store. So now here we go. Now we got the white savior man that comes, what do you mean? Wait, you can't send them out there to the crazy man that's waiting to shoot them? And then she goes back and she goes behind the counter. But yeah, now that was crazy. I think they did catch that guy. That guy has been captured and charged. But yeah, like, how you gonna pull out a gun on 4 young Muslim ladies? And they were kids. Like, you can hear in their voice, their kids like, oh my God, he's got a like they like.
You know, I was just thinking about. Wasn't there some other shooting that
They're
just
so
happened? Wasn't there?
comfortable now.
Wasn't there just a shooting? It just happened
There's a shooting
not too long ago.
Which one, bro?
Like a semi-mass one, maybe.
Oh yeah, there was a shooting. Oh yeah, cloud.
There's
you
since,
lose track of all of this
since
shit.
the video, there was the video gaming event. There was
Oh, that was a while.
there was the college bar. There was like I think one of the victims in that one escaped Las Vegas. Like this was his second shooting. Yo, that was almost some Final Destination shit. Like he survived a mass shooting.
All right, and died somewhere else. Yeah, I saw that.
So that was the college bar shooting.
Now, I just want to say, like, I just want to really touch on this, whole.
Okay, wait. I'm sorry.
control.
Okay, so I'm getting some information here. My glasses. Emantic Bradford Jr. was executed Thanksgiving Eve in the mall of Birmingham, Alabama. Okay.
Damn.
So it's
That's a whole next one that I need to hear about. But I was just this whole thought about this gun control and all this came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it's they want to disarm the people. Like it's not the guns, okay? It's the people and the mentality of the people with the guns. You see what I'm saying? But it's not the guns themselves. Like nobody's trying to make legislation to just outlaw sugar. Yet we know sugar is one of the biggest killers of people.
Or nicotine. Or alcohol.
We know it's the use of sugar, and people need to cut down on the use of sugar. But are we going to just create a legislation that takes sugar away from the people? Are we going to take legislation that they did try that with prohibition. They took alcohol away from the people. And it wasn't the alcohol, it's the people. So what I'm saying is this all ties into, you're trying to travel the path of least resistance. There's going to be a time, trust me, ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be a time when your government is going to come in and try to subdue the people. They're going to try to subdue the people. And the easiest way for them to do this is to make sure that the people aren't armed and make sure that the men as soft as possible. Either the strong men are already in jail, they're dead, or now let's weaken the rest of them. So now let's take away their gun. Now who's going to defend if I now come in there with a bunch of strong, manly men with guns? Who's going to stop me?
Digga.
You'd like to.
Get me.
You're one person. Though.
I know.
You see what I'm saying? You're one person, and even if you had, a small army of sisters, look at how much stronger it could have been. You see what I'm saying? If they hadn't weakened your brothers and all of that. But so now you, as a sister, have to take up a certain situation.
And it seems like it was so easy to do it to us. All we gotta do is just keep getting these charges, keep racking up these charges, keep copping these pleas. Now you're registered, now you're convict, now you're felon.
Right, but
there goes your registered weapons. They're illegal firearms.
Right, but also if we keep creating these shootings and then have the legislation behind it, we're going to scare the people into giving up their weapons. You see what I'm saying? And that's what's going on right now. Listen, these shootings are horrible for the ones that are really happening, because trust me, some of these ain't even really happening. But anyway, that's a whole other story about false flag operations and shit like that. But for the ones where they actually do sacrifice people and all of that, that's horrible. and that's sick that you would even kill people just to try to push an agenda forward. But that's what we're seeing right now. They're trying to create a fear in the people of guns and shit like that.
I think I just saw something on the news today. I think today is like the anniversary of Colin Ferguson, the Long Island Railroad shooter.
Oh, wow.
I don't know, like that, like the old standard definition footage just popped up on the TV today. So I think today might be the anniversary.
Yeah, the Long Island Railroad.
I
Good
could be
old
totally
Colin.
making it up, but I have no idea like why that was.
He was killing white people on the train too.
Yeah, he just got on the LIRR. And remember, before that happened, we would have went to our graves like, yo, no black person would ever do that shit like that. That is some white people shit. You turn on the news. Oh, shit. A nigga just shot up the train.
But you know,
And when we heard his name at first too, he was like, "Oh, yeah, he's white." Like, oh.
They tried to hide it, but he did some political executions. The man had a manifesto. He was tired of white people.
He defended himself.
And he tortured them on the stage.
And, yes!
Did you see me shoot you? Was it me?
Can you identify
Oh,
the
word.
person? Yes. Can you identify the person?
I said, "It was you."
So
Yeah, he was talking in third person the whole time.
Say that you saw the shooter on the train. You can identify the shooter on the train
Yo, they was
as the person
melting on the
standing in
stairs.
front of you as the shooter. Yo, did y'all watch that?
And where is he right now at this point?
You talking to me right now?
It's you!
It's you!
Yo, that shit was fucking
Oh, see, we
hilarious.
laughing at that. We ain't shit.
No, I'm laughing at it.
Shout out my man
There's a
Colin.
whole other approach.
Shout out, Colin. You're sick.
What
You're
else?
sick,
Jamar.
Jamar.
Can I just point out something real quick? During the Hurricane Katrina, quote unquote, levee breach, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those bodies that they found in the water had bullet holes in them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were trying to flee that ward. They were trying to cross the bridge. White people were protecting their land and were shooting at them on the bridge. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I just feel like segueing the whole caravan thing that's coming, where people are worried about the quote-unquote immigrants. We at one point in time was immigrants right here in America. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't I hear that they was popping like tear gas and shit at women and children and all that? And then Trump says, "Well, what are they doing there?" Or something like that. Like
the footage is really heart-wrenching, man. You got mothers.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's terrible.
Katrina?
No, I'm talking about the caravan currently happening right now.
Oh, right.
Of the quote-unquote so-called immigrants.
And aren't they coming from Honduras?
They're coming from Honduras right now. They're being ejected.
Like, first of all,
from Tijuana.
Honduras is right next to where my people are from, which is Guyana. Okay.
Man, you don't want
I used to have a girl from Honduras actually back in the day, so
Beautiful
I
people.
have a connection to Honduras.
Long live the people
Yes.
My
of Honduras.
freshman roommate was from Honduras. That's okay.
Honduras is not that far away, and to me, Honduras is not some like third world country. Like
No.
yeah, but that's the way he's acting like a bunch of savages is basically at the doorstep of America, and we're gonna, you know what I mean?
I have to touch
no,
on
this is just some people from Honduras.
This- There's something called the Monroe Doctrine. There's been bandied about, you know what I mean, for a long time, like in terms of how they view Latin America. But what I want to point out is that we call these people so-called immigrants, and we say they want to come to America, but it's the American policy that makes their lands where they live unlivable, but constantly imposing on their democracy, funding coup d'etats. Every time somebody's democratically elected, they take them out of government. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
now when these people can't create a livelihood for themselves in their region, now they want to come here for jobs. We're like, oh, you can't come here either. Where the fuck are they supposed to go?
right, and they'll rape the resources of the area and all of that type of
So
shit.
we're like-
We stay going other places doing shit.
Yo,
Sending missionaries to Forbidden Islands.
Right. Arrows for Jesus. Holla.
Yo, that's still. I try to live on being like a respectable for mankind person.
How many
but
people died at the
I
hand
cannot stop laughing at this
fucking
guy. Get
special
arrowed the
people.
fuck up.
Come on,
Yo.
it's poetic justice.
Well, first of all, how many times has Christianity
yeah.
gone around the world
Millions
and
of people,
murdered
man.
original
Right.
people in the name of Christianity. This
You know
is
what?
one
Talk
fucking.
about
One guy.
This is one white boy
Come on,
who's
man.
not even full white boy because yes, he was a chow or whatever the fuck. So like, but this is one partial white boy who finally got his comeuppance for coming with that fucking Christianity bullshit, trying to force it on a fucking original people like they've been doing, and for once, you know, one of these motherfuckers got in the motherfucking neck with a motherfucking arrow. And they killed him in a peaceful way, if you ask. Like an arrow's more peaceful than a gun, if you ask me. You know what I mean?
A poisonous arrow.
Yeah.
Only to get dragged.
To drag you around by the
feathered.
neck with some twine. I mean,
So much
could've-
more humane in a.
it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. Yes. What if I hit you with a 50 cal to blow your head? You know what I mean?
Word.
Like, come on, man.
Perforation.
That's very, very violent. Like, you know, a nice poison arrow, you know,
Yeah, go to
hit
sleep.
you, go in the bloodstream. Yeah, you go to sleep.
Right.
And you die. It's not that bad.
But
But
any more news? We gotta get rid of that.
You know, just start doing
yeah, I think we're about done right now. Listen.
What? You don't want to talk about the
What?
I ain't saying it.
I know what it is.
I ain't saying
What
no.
you gonna
Come on, what else is there? What's the elephant in the room
Oh,
right now?
It says time's up. Oh, why'd y'all make a... Oh, no! Dwight Howard! Dwight Howard fucking with a chump!
We're out of time.
Oh, my God. But hang on.
Look
Because-
at
Can we squeeze this in?
We got 5 minutes. Go.
Come on, we got 5 minutes. Okay, listen. All right. So Dwight Howard apparently is the booty bandit. Real quick, I saw Did you see the video? He sat down. And he put his hands in the man's crotch. That was years ago. It's like shit is coming out. Here's the thing. Damn, what do I want to say about that? Oh, this is what I learned from this. So originally, right? You had told me that it was a transgender, right?
It's supposed to be
They corrected it. They corrected it. Now let me show you how far the bullshit has gone. It wasn't a transgender woman. You know what it was?
No.
A cisgender.
Cisgender?
Oh yeah, cisgender. Do you know what cisgender is?
No, no.
Cisgender.
Cisgender is you identify with the gender you're born.
Did your hand just go like this? Yo, did you see?
You're right.
No, wait, stop! No, my hand did not do
It
that.
did.
No,
I'm sorry.
I didn't
We'll
do
go
that,
to the
did I?
tape.
I didn't do that.
We'll go to the tape.
No.
Anyway.
No, you know what I was about because I'm seeing the term cishet a lot.
First of all,
which is you're heterosexual and you identify with the
what kind of
gender
like
you're born. That's
how indoctrinated have you been that you even know what that is? Like, why the fuck did you even hear of that before? Because I never even heard of this sick shit before.
because
You mean they have a name for being normal?
wait, I was about to say, but that's but how did it get corrected? I don't
Because
I didn't see that.
in something I was reading, they were saying that whoever this chump that Dwight Howard was messing with, they was calling him transgender first, right? But then they're saying, correction, this motherfucker wasn't transgender. It was cisgender, and he identifies as a gay man. So I said, cisgender? Like, I had to look it up.
No, I've seen that.
I said, what the fuck is cisgender?
Now, I'm gonna tell you what that
And it
is.
says one
That's just semantics.
that's
That's just
no, but what it is,
So,
hold up.
gay man.
He's a gay man.
He's a gay man.
But what I'm saying is,
They're saying no.
they're
it's not
trying to
transgender.
give a name for normality. Like if that's almost dangerous to name some shit like that, is what I'm saying. Like you name the abnormalities. Like there doesn't need to be a name for a person who identifies with the sex that they was born as. That's a boy or a girl. That's a man or a woman. It's not a cisgender. That's some new age bullshit that they're coming up with, that they're trying to inject into the lexicon. No, it's not.
No,
this is word
that's
magic.
No, I'm saying
Hold up.
It's semantics.
But semantics can be a type of word magic. They're trying to cast a spell. Okay? This is what spelling. When you spell words, you're casting spells. So all I'm saying is, don't go with this fucking cisgender shit. Like, we're not calling this shit cisgender.
No.
You're a boy.
He's a man.
And you're supposed to identify as that. There should be no fucking technical name for the shit, other than they're trying to categorize a bunch of fuck shit, and now put the regular shit in with the fuck shit. That's part of it.
I'm gonna tell you what that is. That guy was bringing heat to the transgender community. So what they did, their response to that was no. Don't demonize us. That has nothing to do with the transgender community. That is.
I hear you, but what I'm saying is.
But that's why
they didn't make up that term just for that purpose. Is what I'm saying. Why the term cisgender was even created is nefarious. You understand what I'm saying? It's part of their agenda to create these subcategories that don't really exist.
I've actually never heard that term. I'm using context clues right now because I saw the term cishet before. So I'm like, okay, what is cishet? So cishet is...
And cis means C-I-S is how they spell it.
C-I-S-H-E-T. That means that's cis heterosexual.
Right.
That means I'm born a woman and I'm attracted to men. I'm like...
Meaning you're normal.
I'm like cishet, so that's,
Meaning you're fucking normal. Stop calling it some other shit.
So I'm assuming that's what cisgender means. You're identifying with the gender that,
Listen,
you're born.
We gotta go because this could be a whole fucking show in itself.
But
hey.
So let's say this.
Dwight Howard is butt tickling, allegedly.
Hang on. So, no, we're not going to just end it on that note. Does it take away from his game? Does it take away from his stats? Do we care who he sleep with when he go home?
Well, first of all, I don't... Is Dwight Howard that nice anymore?
Okay.
You said no.
Okay.
So maybe it does take away from his stats.
So hang on.
Maybe if he wasn't doing...
So I'll do you one better.
Maybe if he wasn't a hard bottom...
I'll do you one better. Because
I heard he's a bottomer.
I don't want to put this, I don't want to just start making up scenarios. But let's say it was somebody with the stats of a LeBron. Would it matter?
It's not though. I don't think a gay nigga could ever be that nice in some shit like that.
We don't know what these people.
We'll see.
We don't know who goes home and does what.
Maybe.
And
you know what? No, it wouldn't take away from it. It wouldn't take away from it. Because there's singers and all of that and musicians. Liberace was a hell of he could tickle those fucking ivories, but he also tickled niggas' balls and shit.
How many real niggas, live niggas, probably body niggas is what?
Whoa.
Underage girls. I'm just
you gonna get your.
Hey, let's keep.
That's not very born of you. Don't you put the gods up in there.
But it's real shit. Sleeping with underage girls, fucking going home to their wife, get shit stuck up their ass. Hey, what motherfuckers do in the privacy of their home, I don't give a fuck. And I said this
but I'm telling you, it does matter. It says something about your character, and it does matter. But we'll get into this in another show because we don't have time. We got to go. You know I love you, Digga.
And you know I love you too. And you know, motherfuckers that ain't born to born. And you still gonna pass them the L, nigga. Stop it. Okay. You know what I know. You know what I know. You know.
Oh, shit.
That ain't being born to born.
She said, and you still gonna pass him the L. Oh, shit.
You can talk about just.
And they gonna go home, and you just gonna pretend that you don't know what the fuck is going on in that house, in that 3-story walk up. You're gonna ignore it.
Oh shit, she's naming houses and shit.
Yo.
Once again, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yanadameen Godcast.
I
If
love
y'all want to
y'all.
donate, go to cash.me, the $ Yanadameen, patreon.com/Yanadameen, Yanadameen.com/support. I'm Lord Jamar.
I'm Digga.
Peace. Whew. Oh shit, you are fucking hilarious. Oh my mind just went to somebody real quick, and I said, "Whoa!" Let me just shut the fuck up, because shit, and we still born to born. Hang on, don't say nothing. We still born to born on here, but don't say nothing out loud.
Let me turn my live on.
Yeah, live. Okay, y'all, we out of
We
here.
out of here so we can talk.
Yeah, we love y'all. Y'all can't hear these parts.
So we can start comparing stories and shit. Peace, y'all.
Oh shit, hang on, I'll turn my shit on.
Wait,
Hang on.
how you end this? Oh,
Yeah.
right here. I love y'all. Till next week. Peace.
Peace. Oh shit, Schizo, I see you. What up? What up? Oh, hang on, we got people that was trying to.
Damn, you know what else happened? Ty Bridges got knocked the fuck out.
Oh, he did get knocked the fuck out.
Yes. He was trying to
Help
intervene.
somebody,
He was trying
one
to
of
help
his
somebody.
tenants or
He
something.
was intervening a neighbor that was in a wheelchair, I think with some like unruly tenants or something. And the woman boyfriend.
Oh
knocked
shit.
him
All right, we gotta get off. All right, I'm going, y'all. I'll be back. I mean, another time. Hang on. I'm gonna tell you what somebody just said.
Oh,
Done. Hang on. How do I stop this? Oh, end. There we go.
Wait, turn everything off. Make sure my shit is off. Okay.
Somebody said, "Yo, Busta Rhymes." Somebody said, "Yo, Busta Rhymes is something mad gay or something." I was like, "Oh shit."
That's funny. I remember one time. I was gonna get some girls to jump with you. No, not his baby mother. She was on Wendy Williams talking that shit. This was like when I first got down with football. This is like when I was like,
He's ready to soldier for the nigga.
yeah, you know.
You want me to get some bitches to beat that bitch up?
Yo, shit, do you have this bitch on the station? Yo, I'm like down the street at Fendi. I could be there in like 17 minutes, nigga. You just say the word. I got bitches. I got squad with me too. What you want me to do, nigga? What you want me to do?
Schizo.
I hear you over there exposing all the rainbow chasers.
Yeah, I almost brought you. I saw you at the very end and shit. I was gonna bring you on and shit.
I know. I was ready to go on the shit. I know. You was about to talk about Dwight Tight Howard. I get it.
What they call him, Dwight the Tight?
Dwight the Tight Howard, yeah. He needs to play football and be a wide receiver.
Or a tight end.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.